Let's ride. What's going on, motorcycle family? It's time for another little video. So yesterday, if you follow my channel, appreciate it, but if you follow my channel, yesterday's motovlog, we rode to Myrtle Beach Harley Davidson, got the bike blessed. What's up? Anyway, we rode up there, did their red carpet event, and we had a great time. And got home, on the way to the house, I'm wrapping up my motovlog video, and long story cut short, I started having issues with my bike. The speedometer was acting weird, it was jumping up and down, I was losing like all power. I'm just like, what in the world? I thought honestly at first was a misfire until I started seeing my speedometer acting all funky, and I was like, well man, is it wiring? Am I grounded now? I don't even know right now. So I shut the bike off on a road, fired it right back up, didn't have no issues. At the end of the clip, which I'll post right here, but overall, good time. Well, that's weird. And you'll see it acting up like at literally the end of the clip, the RPMs drop, and it literally stopped working, not even a tenth of a mile. I had to push. Luckily I wasn't that far from the house, so I'll end up pushing the bike back. And I was like, well, maybe it's something to do with the kill switch here. Maybe the kill switch has got a bad disconnection or something like that. You know, that's what I was hoping, because I would turn my Bluetooth speakers on and I would hear them power up, but nothing worked. My lights didn't work, nothing came on. I was like, man, what in the world's going on? So if y'all ever have any issues out of that, first thing you really want to check, number one, is check your fuses to see if you've blown a fuse. But I checked those. Every one of my fuses were fine. I got my voltmeter off, pulled my seat off the bike, and I was like, well, let's see if I got volts. So the battery had 12.1 volts, which was decent. It was a little on the weaker side in my opinion, but it had volts, and I was like, well, shoot, what in the world? So I turned the key on to accessory mode, no changes, turned it on to the actual on position, and the battery went from 12.1, dropped it down to a 0.6. I said, whoa, that thing is toasted. So I was like, well, maybe I have a bad voltage regulator, hopefully not a stator. But the voltage regulator and the stator is roughly about the same price. But the stator, if you have to replace that, you got to take off your primary cover. It's behind your flywheel. So I was like, well, let's hope and pray that's not it, and it's what caused it to kill the battery. Either way, the battery was toast. I knew that, because it wasn't holding any type of load. So I actually went to O'Reilly Auto Parts and I bought a gel battery, because what was in this thing was an EverStart. I don't like EverStarts, but you know what, it was on this bike when I bought it a while ago, and I said, well, we're gonna run this battery till it dies. Well, it died. So I bought a new battery for it. I slapped it in there, turned the key on, the accessory mode, no problem, turned it on to the power, all my lights worked, the gauges came, everything was working. I was like, okay, cool, fired it up, bam, no problem. Before I put the battery in there, I did test it, and it was running like 13, 14 volts, so I knew I had plenty of juice. It was great. So fired it up, ran, and I tested the charging part of it. I was getting charged, so I looked up, y'all, and it was just the battery. I have never had a battery just die like that while I'm driving down the road, but there's always a first time for everything. I'm definitely going to monitor I'm gonna monitor this voltage regulator just to make sure that it's charging all the time, and we'll kind of go from there. But you know, you just never know what's going to be out here on the, you know, what's going to happen to you on the road. You need to make sure that you're prepared. You know, you got a phone to call somebody if you know, because you don't know what's going to happen. But I looked up and old Jolean took me not far from the house, so I'd rather push a Sportster than push a bagger. Some of these bikes, boy, they be heavy. So I looked up good there. But I wanted to do a little video blog here to kind of explain to y'all what happened yesterday, because it was definitely a new development. I've never had no issues out of this bike before as far as leaving me stranded or any type of power loss whatsoever. So I was like, well, that's crazy. Matter of fact, me and the wifey were about to jump on this bike yesterday and hop and skip down the street, but that didn't end up happening yesterday. But I might add, replacing a sports battery can be a pain in the butt. They don't, the leads on these positive and negatives, they're just not long enough. Now, I'm not sure how the new Sportsters are, but I'm hoping they fix that issue. It's just a really tight squeeze. You know, somebody told me one time that the reason why they're so short, they wanted to make it more difficult for somebody being able just to snatch your battery off, which I can definitely see that, because you're just not going to snatch your battery off of it. This one, it's a little bit of a process to get it out. But yeah, it's definitely a tight squeeze. So, like I said, we're going to keep this thing monitored. I just wanted to give you a little update on the bike. I'm telling you, man, blessed, because that thing could have went out of Harley Davidson, and I would have had to pay Harley Davidson's price on a battery. Could have went out a little bit farther down, where I wouldn't be able to push it back to the house. So, hey, with every problem, it can always be worse. So count your blessings. But wow, it feels great today, y'all. I hope y'all riding. If y'all took the time out of your day to check into my channel, I really appreciate it, y'all. It really does help out the channel grow when y'all smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Y'all have any questions about anything I post on my channel, comment below. I will respond back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, if y'all out riding today, y'all enjoy your ride. Get out. The bikes are out. The weather's gorgeous where I'm at in South Carolina. But until the next video, peace.